It's an umbrella project with the theme of fashion and photography aimed at young people, and it's tailored so that we can have it suitable for each venue, so each region.
I'd like to show them that museums works in many different ways, and if you can't go to a museum or if you don't fancy it or you're a bit put off, maybe this is a little bit of an introduction.
The Derby element of the Dress Codes project hopes to offer unique opportunities for people to understand costume heritage but in a different way. It hopes to widen cultural and historical understanding. So instead of seeing, say, a dress behind glass, you'll see it maybe a fun way.
This is the first time I've worked with museums, and I've actually really got into it. And the moving objects display is I didn't even know about it before I started working with them, and it's a brilliant tool to actually get museums out to schools, because I think museums are seen as quite frumpy, aren't they, and old-fashioned and stuffy and everything like that.
It's easy to talk about things with the children, but if they can actually handle relics and artefacts from the time period that you're using, it gives them more of a feel of how it would have been to live in those times or be in those times.
What we hope to do is to work in partnership with 2 artists and a group of young people from St Andrew's Special School to create an exhibition that's multi-sensory, so people can either get behind, say, big textile pieces they've created and understand why people could change their identity by changing their clothes, or they might take inspiration from one piece of costume and create big paper cutouts at which they can project, say, symbols that they've seen on costumes in the past.
The project that's going on today is called Dress Code to Zeeb, and it's a project working with about 18 young people from the Hyson Green area of Nottingham. Most of the young women, most of them are from an Asian or Afro-Caribbean background, and the project's going to investigate their heritage, looking at textiles, and then they're going to create their own piece of costume, so inspired by the heritage and the items we have here at the museum.
That there's Pakistani groups of boys and girls, and they stay within their own community, and there's the Afro-Caribbean, they stay within their own community. And in Nottingham there's been a lot of aggravation between the different communities. So through this youth club, I want to try and bring everyone, all the young people together, and for the parents as well to see this, that their children are together, they're mixing, and they can do it as well.
As soon as you say we're going to the museum, it's a switch off. But if you're doing something that they're interested in, that they can contribute to, it's more excitement for them to go into a museum.
There are no local museums, and although of course London is massive, you just jump on the tube and you're half an hour away from a museum, but here it's all far more organising coaches, long 2-hour drive to get to somewhere.
Yeah, I think to bring anything into people's own environment means it's a lot more comfortable for them, and it means that also it demonstrates how adaptable museums are, and they've actually thought how they can access museums and what museums have got to offer through education or through community.
At the moment I still don't see it happening, although they have the different collections. I don't see the Asian families coming in. So this project is a good way to do that, because I think working with the young people is a way to bring their parents in, bring the future generations in.
The most important thing about it is that more and more people can understand it. Instead of just coming and seeing that object, they'll be able to do something digital, they might be able to get behind it, and it'd be much more interactive, and that's never happened at Derby before with a costume exhibition.
I think it's been excellent for the young people because they've been able to express themselves, and it is entirely their own ideas, and also it's made all of our children be completely involved with the project.
If I can get a group of young people sustained through, and if I can adequately explain what I want to the people leading the workshop, so that they can bring in not just the art side and the creative side, but also the heritage and the history side, and if by the end
they produce something that they've had ownership of and learnt along the way. And in the end, they actually feel the young people feel satisfied that they've done something with a bit of bite. So